Hi everyone, and welcome back to The Stylish Bride, the podcast dedicated to making sure you are dressed, styled, and down the aisle. I'm your host, Julie Sabatino, and I am going to be talking with you today about 5 things you have to have with you when you're dress shopping. And I'm going to start by saying to you that only one of these is really a must-have, but the rest of them are really going to make your life a whole lot easier, and they're a really, really good idea. And you can trust me on this because I have been professionally wedding dress shopping for 15 years, since I started The Stylish Bride back in 2004. So these are tricks that I have honed and know really work really, really well. So the number one thing that you have to have when you're wedding dress shopping is underwear. And I know that that sounds kind of obvious, but you would be surprised to learn that there are actually a lot of brides who show up and they're not wearing any underwear, which is kind of a deal breaker for the salon. It's not really sanitary, and you're in a changing room with a consultant, and so it's sort of uncomfortable. And they will often make you leave your appointment and go out and buy underwear at like the drugstore around the corner and come back or reschedule. So you don't want that to happen. I'm going to tell you that nude underwear, if you can remember, is a really big bonus so that you don't see it through the dress. I use commandos all the time for my clients and whenever they're wearing something that could be a little bit revealing. And that's because they're seamless. So actually they have one seam, but it's in the back. So super easy, nothing to them. And that's going to be good when you're trying on a wedding dress. So because you want the smoothest, most bare look as possible without actually being bare. So along the same lines, I think that you have to kind of assess in yourself whether or not you're a person that feels uncomfortable changing in front of other people. Because you're going to be, and so there are some precautions that you can take if you happen to be a little bit more on the modest side or, just don't like having everything hang out. And of course, a great way to do that is through Spanx. Now, I have tried every kind of spank that you can possibly imagine. I have gone through everything, and I can tell you that the tried and true best option, both for control and comfort and coolness, because they can get really hot, and let's face it, if you're getting married in the summer or in the warm weather, it's hot anyway, so you don't want to add to it. So I like the Thin Stinks. They come in 2 different levels. They come waist high and one that goes right underneath your bust line, which provides a smooth line. So, these are going to be something that, we go over and over in different areas and we use them in different ways. But for wedding dress shopping, it does provide you coverage and smoothness if that's something that's important to you. If you know on your wedding day there's no way you're not wearing Spanx, wear them to your dress shopping appointments. It makes sense, and you're going to want to see what the dress looks like with the Spanx on. That leads me into coverage for your chest. So there are some brides out there that don't really need a lot of support, and there are some that are more fuller endowed. So if you fall into that category, it's a really good idea to bring a long line corset with you. It's a foundation that dresses that don't have a lot of construction in them, it will provide that foundation for you, is what I'm trying to say. So one of my preferred brands, and you have to sort of play around with it a little bit to see what's most comfortable on you and what looks best with the dress, is La Mystere. And this is called like Bridal Seduction, which makes me crack up every single time I buy it. But the reason that I like this long line bustier is because it's seamless. You don't see the boning, and it's super clean and clear. And it also goes low in the back. And it has 3 different levels of closure. So what this is going to do for you is allow your chest to stay up in strapless dresses, V-neck dresses, all of these crazy concoctions that we're seeing today in the bridal industry without having to wear a bra, and to give you the proper support. This is really a good idea when you're trying on wedding dresses, and a lot of salons don't have them. So, if you, again, are fuller chested, it's a great idea to bring along with you. If you know that there is no way in hell you're ever wearing this thing because, it's definitely a contraption, another favorite thing that I use all the time is this, another contraption actually, but it's called Bring It Up. and Instant Breast Lifts by Bring It Up. Bring It Up's actually the company. Now, this is really cool tape that it's an adhesive. I should have had this out before starting, but here we go. Where you actually put it above the nipple, peel it off, lift, and it gives your breast an instant lift without having to wear a bra. So for the deep V dresses, the backless dresses, these things are genius. And I've actually used them on brides that have a bit of a fuller chest. But great thing to have like in your closet. And actually I bring them dress shopping with me all the time when I'm shopping with a new client and I'm not exactly sure how she's going to feel in a dress. I'll bring these and she can wear them. It's great to have a nipple cover with them because they don't cover the nipples. So if you have something sheer, you're going to want to use a little pedal over to make sure you don't see anything through. So that covers it in the undergarment area. And, you know, again, the underwear is really the number one most important thing, but these other items are going to make it a much easier and more seamless day as you're trying dresses on. And it's also going to give you a better idea of how they're going to look, because that's something I hear a lot actually, you know, well, I love this dress, I think, but I'm not sure how it's really going to look on me because it's not my size. So having everything, you know, in your arsenal that you can to give you the closest fit that as possible is really can be very helpful. So moving right along, you're going to want to take pictures. And it's, in fact, when I started my business 15 years ago, you weren't allowed to take pictures in bridal salons. We also didn't have cell phones with cameras, which is crazy. Yes, I'm kind of old, but today everything is about the pictures, and it's a really, really useful tool. And you know, when I'm with a client, I take all of the pictures, I share them in a photo share album, and my brides spend a lot of time reviewing them. So what I don't want to happen is I don't want to run out of battery on my phone. And this happens a lot in bridal salons. You know, you're using it, you're on it, I'm taking a lot of pictures. So I love this wireless because I have the iPhone 10X, whatever it is. So I can use a wireless charger, which is amazing because I hate the wires and cords and everything. So I found this really cool thing called the Power Pad Beauty. Yes, it looks like the birth control pill, but it isn't. It is a wireless charger that I charge up at home, but it's also a mirror. So you can make sure that your lipstick's on and everything is good. I think it even has a light, but I rarely use that. But it's wireless charging. So in between things, I'm not unplugging, like in between dresses, I'm not unplugging and replugging, and it's a total hassle. I just set it down on the table and I can get a little bit of a charge in between each dress. I love this, it's awesome. So the other thing that I think it's important to know is that it's actually a lot of work trying on dresses. It is not easy, and it sounds like it's going to be fun and glamorous, and there are certainly parts of it that are, but you are getting in and out of heavy dresses, and it's a lot of work. And even if they're not heavy, you know, you're naked in front of someone, you're focusing, you're really trying to make a decision, see how you feel, and it can be a lot of effort. And so my next recommendation is that you have proper sustenance. I always bring snacks, and for all of you guys out there that have been clients of mine, you'll laugh because you know what's coming next. I bring nuts. And I also bring Quest bars, but I love these little containers because they make them look sort of cute, and I've got my cashew nuts in here. You always have almonds, pistachios, whatever, because they're high in protein and fat. You guys all know that I'm on the keto diet, so I don't eat carbs, although these are a little bit carby. I love cashews though. It's like my one treat. Anyway, but it really keeps you going, and sometimes the appointment gets a little long, and when you don't have the proper fuel in your body, it's really hard to focus. So I love these little containers. They're awesome, and it keeps it fun. Same thing for the water. Most of the better bridal salons will offer you a glass of water, champagne, sparkling water, tea, coffee, whatever, but not always. And again, you can get hot, you can get tired. So it's really a good idea to stay properly hydrated and make sure that you know, you're at your best for focusing and, you know, doing the heavy lifting of these wedding dresses. Okay, my last one, well, actually, I have two more. So my next piece of advice for you is, again, when you're in the dressing room with a consultant, you are probably going to face a situation where you're naked and there isn't another dress for you to put on immediately. So either the consultant is going out to grab one and you have to wait for a little while, or they want to track something down from someone else. Whatever it is, there's a really good possibility you're going to be standing there naked, in underwear, thank you very much, waiting for the next dress. And you don't want to put your clothes back on. Some bridal salons have robes. They have been used and tried on a lot. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, which is why I kind of recommend this. But I got this robe from Plum Pretty Sugar, which I know are really popular for getting ready and things like that. And I would just stick it in my tote. And the reason that I picked this one, well, A, it's pretty and darling and it has a little ruffle, but B, it's super light and it's small and it's easy to fold up. I was trying to do my Marie Kondo fold earlier and didn't have a whole lot of luck. Sorry, Marie. I'm working on it. But I love it because, you can just kind of do this, stick it in your bag, and when you're in that situation, you're not like hanging out in your underwear. So that's something that can be really helpful. The next thing is that you're going to want to be prepared in the little ways. And a lot of this stuff is going to seem super obvious to you. And I'm sorry if you're like, oh my God, that's so dumb. But you would be surprised. All of this is firsthand knowledge that I've had come up with my brides. So hair ties. I love these from Kittich. Actually, it's called Kitsch, sorry. So I love these hair ties from Kitsch. They're super cute, light colors, a little bit fun, and you can wear them around your wrist so you don't lose them. They're not like obtrusive and they look kind of cute. And then you can put your hair up because you're going to want to see how your dress looks with your hair up if you're going to wear it that way, or if you're even considering it, especially when they put the veil on. So it's great to have a hair tie. Obvious, but good to know. You're also going to want to have, actually, it's not completely necessary, but a lot of my clients wear beautiful jewelry and they don't want to either have it on with a dress or that's going to snag the dress and it's not going to be, helpful, and they take it off and they're always handing it to me and I'm like, oh, I'll wear that ring for a little while, but okay. So there's this little travel jewelry kit that I have that I love, and it's super small. It fits in your purse really easily, but it just keeps your stuff organized and you'll know where it is. And then you don't have to hand it to me. But anything like this that will keep your jewelry safe and where you know it's going to be, it's great to have. It's great to have for your fitting too. So that's something that I really like. And then the other thing is, along the same lines, you're going to get a ton of information. You're going to get cards, business cards, printouts, perhaps even fabric swatches. And if you're like me, I'm usually like really organized and a total A-type personality, but sometimes I'm just shoving things in my bag and I will never see them again. So I bring a little pouch. I think this is adorable. It says Sparkle Every Day. And it's by Katie Loxton. And that way I can keep all of my information straight. And so some places give you a business card. Some places put it, oops, as I drop it. Some places put it on this. So this is going to give you your pricing, your style numbers, all of the changes you want to make, all of the add-ons. This is stuff you want to keep, your consultant's business card. So, and then actually, here's one from Carolina Herrera where they actually give you a full printout. So keeping all of this straight and in one spot is really important so that you can access it again. So I put it in my little pouch and we're good to go. Other than that, all of the things that I tell you all the time, come up with a plan, know where you're going, know that the appointments are an hour, hour and a half, things like that. That can all be found on a different podcast episode. But today it was really important to me to share these tips with you because wedding dress shopping can be stressful, and it kills me when I see somebody not having the best experience. So maybe these tips and tricks will help you have a seamless, wonderful, fantastic dress shopping experience and make the difference. So recently, I'm asked for these items all the time. And so, I'm constantly sending Amazon links to people and I'm like, okay, just buy this and get this. This is my favorite pair of Spanx, all of that stuff. So I actually set up an influencer account. So all of it's in one spot. So you can go to that. It's amazon.com/shop/the stylish bride. And all of this is on a page so that you can see it and buy all of it if you want. And I will tell you that while I get like 5 cents, they do pay me to take it, but it's really honestly not enough that it would ever make me refer or recommend something that isn't something that I would actually use or think is a great product. So, but you can buy all of it there. So anyway, I hope that this information is helpful. Please reach out if you have any questions. I always love to hear from you, and you can find me on Instagram at The Stylish Bride, and I'll be putting up some pictures of these things and how to use them also so that you guys know. And don't forget to sign up for the podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, and leave a great review if you like it, but also subscribe so that you don't miss a tip on how to be dressed, styled, and down the aisle. Bye for now.